There's a rite of passage almost every investor must face at least once, a daunting initiation that no book or course can ever fully prepare you for. It's the first time you live through a real market crash. You've read about them, heard about them, thought you were mentally prepared, but then one day, theory collides with reality with a brutal, undeniable force. You open your app and see not just a few red numbers, but a vast ocean of crimson. News headlines scream alarm, friends and colleagues whisper about staggering losses, and within you, a primal emotion takes over. Pure, unadulterated fear. This is no longer a hypothetical exercise. This is real. Real money, real emotion, and the pressure to do something is overwhelming. But wait, take a deep breath. What I'm about to tell you might be the most important thing you hear this year. How you survive this first time will define what kind of investor you become for the next 20, 30 years. This is your crucible moment. And I'm not here to tell you what to buy or sell. I'm here to give you a survival toolkit, a step-by-step action plan to not just get through this storm, but to keep your sanity intact and avoid the stupid, costly moves you'll regret for years. Let's get through this together, smartly and calmly. Before we talk action, we must understand the enemy. When the market crashes, your biggest foe isn't hedge funds or bad news. It's sitting inside your own skull. It's your primal brain, which sees a decline in portfolio value as an existential threat. It floods you with stress hormones, screaming at you to flee from danger. And investing, fleeing means selling everything. This feeling is so powerful it can drown out all your rational long-term plans. Therefore, the first and crucial survival step is do not act on that first instinct. Treat that wave of nausea and panic as a giant flashing alarm bell. It's a signal that this is precisely the moment you are not to make a major decision. Your survival rule is this: for the first 48 hours of peak panic, you are not allowed to sell a single thing. This doesn't mean you'll never sell. It means you give yourself a buffer for emotions to settle and logic to return. Turn off all notifications from your investing apps. Don't doom scroll financial news. Do anything else. Be with family, watch a comedy, read a book, exercise. You are stepping back from the explosion to assess the damage from a safe distance. Once you've disarmed your initial emotional reflex, it's time to pull out your survival map, the one you should have drawn beforehand. If you don't have one, sketch it out now. That map is a simple personal investment plan that answers 3 basic questions. What am I investing for? A house, retirement, financial freedom? What is my time horizon? 5 years, 10 years, 30 years? What level of volatility can I accept? When you stare at the sea of red, take out that piece of paper and read those answers out loud. Ask yourself, does the market being down 20% today change my goal of buying a house in 10 years? Does it make the great companies I own suddenly terrible? The answer is almost certainly no. This simple act reconnects you with your original why for being in the market, helping you see the bigger picture beyond the short-term chaos. It reminds you that you are not investing for tomorrow or next week. You are building for a distant future. Now, let's talk about the greatest survival tool most people fail to use in a crisis: automation. If you have a regular automated investing plan, dollar cost averaging set up, this is the moment to thank your past self for that brilliant decision. In the storm, your automated system is your most steadfast captain. It will still transfer money and buy assets on your preset date, no matter the headlines. This has a massive psychological benefit. It frees you from the burden of having to decide whether to buy right now. You don't need courage because the discipline is pre-programmed. If you haven't automated, don't panic, but understand a key principle. A market crash is a global sale on quality assets. So instead of seeing it as a disaster, practice seeing it through the lens of a shopper. When a jacket you love drops from $100 to $70, you don't weep. You might be thrilled and buy it. It's the same for shares of wonderful companies. So instead of dumping all your cash in at once, another panic-driven move, create a disciplined buying plan. For example, if you have a cash reserve, divide it into 5 or 6 parts, and decide to buy one part each week or month over the next quarter. This is averaging in, and it keeps you from being overwhelmed and from trying to guess the elusive bottom. An essential part of your survival toolkit is managing the information you consume. When crisis hits, the media will blanket you with the strongest words: carnage, meltdown, worst crash since. But consuming this non-stop is like sitting in an emergency room listening only to the beep of heart monitors. It will spike your stress to an unbearable level. Be a proactive information manager. Choose 1 or 2 sources of quality, calm analysis over sensationalism. Limit your financial news intake to 15 minutes a day. Instead, read articles about market history, about how it has survived and thrived after every past crisis. This provides perspective, soothing your mind with the knowledge that this is not the end of the world, but a difficult chapter in a long-term story that has always moved upward. Finally, remember community. You are not alone in this fear, but be careful who you share it with. Avoid groups and forums filled with panic, blame, and extreme advice. Panic is contagious. Instead, if you can, find one experienced, level-headed friend or mentor to talk to. Don't ask them, "Should I sell?" Ask them, "How did you get through times like this? What did it feel like?" Hearing stories of patience and perseverance will empower you far more than searching for a magic bullet tip. Surviving your first crash doesn't mean you don't feel the fear. It means you learn to act in spite of that fear, with a clear plan instead of a blind reflex. When you come out the other side, you will be changed forever. You'll understand that volatility is the price of admission for long-term returns. You'll gain something money can't buy: confidence. The confidence of knowing you can face future storms, because you've already weathered the first one without doing something stupid. Remember this: the market will recover. History is undeniable on this. But the shares you sell in a panic will never be yours again. Hold on to them, hold on to your plan, and hold on to your precious calm. You can absolutely do this. If you found this survival guide helpful, share it with a friend who's just starting their investing journey. It might save them thousands of dollars and countless sleepless nights. Don't forget to subscribe for more tools to build unshakable investing confidence.